Stretching across the vast and rugged landscapes of northern China, the Great Wall stands as both a monument to human ingenuity and an enduring witness to the passage of time. For over 2,000 years, this immense structure has wended its way through valleys and over mountaintops, its ancient stones weathered by wind and snow, its watchtowers perched like silent sentinels above the clouds. Today, the wall's serpentine form unfurls for more than 21,000 kilometers, weaving through remote wilderness and bustling towns, tracing the contours of history itself. At sunrise, when the first rays of light illuminate its snowy ramparts, the Great Wall reveals its quiet majesty. The pale glow glances off stones laid centuries ago, each one shaped and placed by hands long gone. The wall is not simply a relic, it is a living tapestry, a testament to the resilience and vision of countless generations. Every weathered brick, every stretch that hugs a mist-covered ridge, speaks of the ingenuity and determination of those who built it. In this moment, the boundaries between nature and human achievement blur, as the wall seems to grow organically from the mountains themselves, the work of people harmonizing with the land. The legend of the Great Wall begins in ancient times, when emperors sought to shield their realms from northern invaders. The wall was not constructed in a single era, nor by a single dynasty. Instead, it is a mosaic, pieced together over centuries by soldiers, laborers, and artisans. Some sections rise in stately grandeur near Beijing, thronged by visitors and restored to their former splendor. Yet other stretches lie deep in the wilderness, hidden amidst steep ridges and silent forests, forgotten by all but the most adventurous travelers. In these secluded places, the wall stands as it has for ages, quiet, weather-beaten, and untouched by the passage of modernity. Imagine walking along a forgotten segment of the wall, where the stones are slick with morning frost and the only sound is the wind rustling through dry grasses. Here, the wall is narrow and uneven, its bricks mottled with lichen and moss. The path rises and falls with the terrain, sometimes plunging steeply, sometimes winding gently along the crest of a hill. Far below, the valleys are shrouded in mist, and the silence feels both ancient and profound. The wall's presence is commanding, yet never intrusive. It seems to belong to the landscape as much as the mountains themselves. The wall's construction is astounding in both scale and ambition. Over centuries, millions of workers toiled to shape each segment using simple tools and raw determination. They transported stone and earth across treacherous terrain, laboring in harsh climates from the arid deserts of the west to the snowy highlands of the east. Many left their mark in the form of bricks stamped with their names, a silent tribute to their efforts and sacrifice. Some stretches were built with tamped earth, others with quarried stone, reflecting the resources and techniques available in each region. This diversity is visible even today, as the wall shifts in character from stout fortresses to simple earthen mounds. These remote segments tell stories that are seldom heard. In the wilds of Gansu and Inner Mongolia, the wall vanishes into desolate steppe, its outline softened by centuries of wind and sand. Here, the wall is less a barrier and more a memory, an echo of ancient ambitions. Yet, even in these lonely places, it continues to shape the land and lives of those who dwell nearby. Local legends abound, weaving tales of heroism and hardship, of battles fought and sacrifices made. The wall is more than stone and mortar. It is a cultural thread binding together the diverse peoples and histories of China's northern frontier. At sunrise, the wall achieves a rare beauty, its ancient stones bathed in golden light, its silhouette stretching toward the horizon. Snow settles in the crevices, softening the harsh lines and lending an ethereal quality to the scene. In winter, the wall seems to slumber, its towers rising from drifts of white, its battlements crowned by icicles. Yet, even in this quiet season, the wall's presence is commanding, a symbol of endurance and an invitation to reflection. The interplay between the wall and the wildness that surrounds it evokes a sense of awe, a recognition of the vastness of both nature and human possibility. This connection between landscape and architecture is one of the wall's greatest mysteries. From afar, it snakes across the land like a living thing, adapting to each peak and valley, its path dictated by both strategy and necessity. The wall's builders understood the terrain intimately, choosing routes that maximized visibility and defensibility while challenging the limits of their own engineering. In places, the wall rises almost impossibly steep, clinging to cliffs and balancing on narrow ridges. Elsewhere, it undulates gently, following the contours of rolling hills. This harmony with the land is not accidental. It is the product of vision and respect, a reminder that great achievements are born from both ambition and understanding. Perhaps most astonishing of all, the Great Wall is among the few man-made structures visible from space, a fact that underscores its sheer scale and significance. To imagine the wall from orbit is to appreciate both the smallness of human effort and the grandeur of collective achievement. For centuries, it has inspired wonder and reverence, drawing travelers and dreamers from across the world. The wall is not merely a barrier. It is a bridge, linking past and present, earth and sky, human ambition, and the sweep of nature. Standing before the wall, a visitor is invited to contemplate its dual nature. It is both defense and invitation, both division and connection. The wall's stones have witnessed triumph and tragedy, hope and despair, yet they endure, silent and steadfast. The interplay between the wall and the landscape is more than physical. It is emotional, a reminder of our own capacity for perseverance and creativity. In the quiet moments, as clouds drift across the mountains and the wall fades into the mist, one senses the presence of those who came before, their voices echoing softly through time. The legend of the Great Wall continues to grow, shaped by the stories of those who walk its paths and gaze upon its towers. It is a symbol of China's enduring spirit, a monument to dreams and determination, and a rare wonder that connects the earth itself to the vastness beyond. As dawn breaks and the wall emerges from the shadows, it reminds us of the beauty born from collaboration between humanity and the land, a legacy that endures, shining brightly through the ages. High above the land where mist drapes the earth in a silvery veil, the mountains of China rise like ancient sentinels, their forms etched against the sky in shapes both familiar and fantastical. In this realm of cloud and stone, nature and legend intertwine, giving birth to landscapes that have captivated the hearts and imaginations of countless generations. Let us journey first to Zhangjiajie, a place of extraordinary wonder nestled in the heart of Hunan province. Here, hundreds of towering sandstone pillars pierce the clouds, their surfaces weathered by time and crowned with windswept greenery. These vertical columns seem to defy gravity, standing as if lightly balanced on the edge of possibility. In the early morning, dense fog rolls through the valleys, swirling around the bases of these ancient spires. The mist softens the contours of the rock, blurring the boundary between earth and sky. As the first rays of sunlight spill across the landscape, the pillars emerge like ghostly giants, their tops shrouded in a dance of shifting clouds. It was this surreal scenery that inspired the floating mountains in the film Avatar, a world where reality bends and imagination soars. Looking out across Zhangjiajie, one can easily believe that such a place belongs not to our world, but to the realms of myth and dream. The trees that cling to the summits of these stone columns are tenacious, their roots finding purchase in the smallest crevice, their branches reaching outward as if yearning for the sky. Each tree tells a story of resilience and adaptation, thriving in conditions that seem almost impossible. As the sun climbs higher, the mist begins to lift, revealing the full majesty of the landscape, a labyrinth of peaks and valleys, each one unique, yet part of a greater harmony. But Zhangjiajie is more than a spectacle for the eyes. It is a symbol deeply woven into the fabric of Chinese culture, representing endurance, mystery, and the harmony of nature. Poets have long drawn inspiration from these mountains, their verses echoing with the longing and awe that such scenery evokes. Artists have tried to capture their essence, often finding that paint and brush can only hint at the grandeur witnessed in person. Now, let us turn our gaze to Huangshan, also known as the Yellow Mountain, a place revered not only for its beauty, but for its spiritual significance. Rising above Anhui Province, Huangshan's granite peaks are legendary, their forms dramatic and instantly recognizable. The mountains here are famed for their sea of clouds, a phenomenon that occurs when dense fog settles in the valleys, leaving the summits to float above like islands in a drifting ocean. From a vantage point atop one of Huangshan's ridges, the view is mesmerizing. Waves of cloud roll and billow, obscuring the world below and transforming the landscape into something ethereal. Scattered among these granite faces are ancient pine trees, their trunks twisted and gnarled by centuries of wind and weather. These pines are celebrated for their endurance and unique shapes, often growing from the sheerest of cliffs, as if defying the very laws of nature. Their dark green needles contrast sharply with the pale stone, and together they create scenes of haunting beauty. The names of these trees, such as the welcoming guest pine and the black tiger pine, reflect the reverence with which they are regarded. Each tree is less a plant than a living monument, a witness to the passage of time and the changing seasons. As daylight fades and the sun begins its slow descent toward the horizon, the mountains of Huangshan are bathed in a golden glow. Shadows lengthen, and the sea of clouds becomes a canvas for the shifting colors of dusk. In a time lapse, one can witness the transformation. The sky deepens from blue to amber to violet, while the clouds swirl and churn, never still, always evolving. The light catches the edges of the peaks and the needles of the pines, creating a vision that seems almost otherworldly. It is in these moments, when the boundary between reality and fantasy is blurred, that one feels as if stepping into a world of legend. Throughout history, these mountains have been more than mere geographic features. They are symbols of spiritual aspiration, artistic inspiration, and poetic longing. For centuries, sages and scholars have journeyed to their heights in search of wisdom and enlightenment. The rugged cliffs and tranquil groves have provided the backdrop for meditation and reflection, serving as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. In Chinese art, the mountains are often depicted as towering forms enveloped in mist, their peaks unreachable, their mysteries profound. In poetry, they are the setting for epic tales and lyrical musings, their presence both grounding and transcendent. At the heart of this reverence is the belief that mountains are the meeting place of heaven and earth, a place where the mundane and the mystical coexist. The shifting mists, the enduring pines, the sculpted stone, all serve as reminders of nature's power and beauty. To stand among these peaks is to feel the pulse of the world, to understand the fragility and tenacity of life. In the quiet of dawn, when the world is hushed and the mountains are wrapped in fog, one can sense the spirit of the ancients who once wandered these heights. Their footsteps have faded, but their wisdom lingers in the rustle of pine needles, the whisper of clouds, and the silence of stone. Each sunrise is a renewal, each sunset an invitation to dream. The mountains beckon, not just as places of beauty, but as gateways to deeper understanding. Whether viewed from afar or explored up close, Zhangjiajie and Huangshan remind us of the enduring bond between nature and culture. Their forms have shaped the course of art, inspired generations of thinkers and creators, and provided solace to those who seek meaning beyond the everyday. In the interplay of mountain and mist, of pine and stone, we find the essence of Chinese landscape, the meeting of the tangible and the transcendent. As the last light fades and the mountains are embraced by night, their silhouettes remain quiet and steadfast. They are more than scenery. They are symbols of spirit, art, and poetry. For 1,000 years and more, they have watched over the land, their stories woven into the tapestry of culture and memory. And so, the mountains stand, eternal and mysterious, inviting all who gaze upon them to dream, to wonder, and to discover the magic that lies just beyond the clouds. Beneath the surface of the earth lies a realm few have ventured to explore, a world where time stands still and nature works its quiet magic out of sight, forging wonders that rival even the grandest sights above ground. Among these hidden kingdoms, the caves and underground rivers of our planet beckon with their silence and mystery, inviting us to peer into the deep and discover marvels that have remained concealed for millennia. Let us begin our journey with a place that stretches the imagination. Hang Son Doong, nestled in the heart of Vietnam, close to the border with China. This is not just any cave. Hang Son Doong holds the distinction of being the largest cave on Earth. Its scale defies human comprehension. The main chamber is so vast that an entire city block could fit comfortably inside, and clouds can form within its ceiling. But it is not merely its size that astounds. Within these ancient walls lies a world unto itself, a self-contained ecosystem, complete with a meandering underground river and a forest that thrives in perpetual twilight. The trees here reach skyward, nourished by filtered sunlight that finds its way through collapsed sections of the cave's roof. Rare plants and insects have evolved in isolation, forming a unique tapestry of life that exists nowhere else on the planet. As you walk along its sandy banks, the air hums with a quiet energy, and each step brings you closer to the realization that beneath our feet, nature has built cathedrals every bit as magnificent as those above. Venturing further east, we arrive at Reed Flute Cave in the picturesque city of Guilin, China. If Hang Son Doong is a testament to the Earth's grandeur, then Reed Flute Cave is an ode to its artistry. Inside, the walls are adorned with dazzling formations, stalactites and stalagmites sculpted over centuries, each shimmering in the glow of vibrant, colorful lights. These illuminations cast an enchanting spell, transforming the cave into a fantasy landscape where reality and imagination blur. The stone pillars glisten in hues of emerald, sapphire, and ruby, their surfaces reflecting the gentle ripples of subterranean pools. It is as if nature itself has painted a masterpiece, hidden from the world until now. The silence is broken only by the soft drip of water and the hushed whispers of visitors, awestruck by the spectacle before them. Reed Flute Cave reminds us that beauty can flourish in the most unexpected places, patiently waiting for discovery. But caves are more than static chambers of stone. They are dynamic systems, shaped by ancient forces and sustained by hidden lifeblood. Deep beneath the surface, secret rivers and underground streams course silently through the darkness, carving new paths and nourishing the ecosystems that depend on their flow. These mysterious waterways twist and turn, disappearing into shadow and re-emerging in distant caverns. Their journey is marked by the creation of breathtaking formations, towering columns, delicate draperies, and crystalline pools that mirror the world above. As the camera glides effortlessly through these labyrinthine passages, we witness the dance between water and rock, a slow, relentless process that has sculpted landscapes out of sight and beyond imagination. In these subterranean worlds, every drop of water, every glint of mineral, and every echo of sound tells a story of transformation and endurance. Stalactites hang like frozen waterfalls, their pointed tips marking the passage of time in millimeters per century. Stalagmites rise from the earth, reaching upward in silent ambition. Some caves even harbor lakes so still that their surfaces reflect the ceiling with perfect clarity, blurring the boundary between reality and illusion. It is easy to feel small in these spaces, humbled by the realization that the Earth's greatest secrets are not always found on its surface, but rather in the hidden depths below. The ecosystems within these caves are as remarkable as the geology itself. In Hangsun-dong, entire communities of organisms have adapted to life without sunlight, thriving in the cool, moist air. Rare ferns cling to rock walls, mushrooms cluster in the shadows, and insects flit about in quiet determination. In the underground rivers, blind fish navigate by touch, and crustaceans scuttle among pebbles, their existence a testament to nature's resilience. These species are often found nowhere else, their isolation serving as both a challenge and a safeguard, allowing evolution to chart a unique course through the darkness. Yet for all their isolation, these caves are intimately connected to the wider world. Rainwater seeps through cracks and crevices, carrying nutrients from the forest above and sustaining the life below. The rivers that flow in darkness eventually find their way back to the surface, emerging as springs that feed the land. This cycle is a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains our planet, a balance that hinges on the interplay between light and shadow, known and unknown. As we journey deeper, we encounter moments of profound stillness, a hush that settles over the landscape, broken only by the rhythmic drip of water and the distant rumble of subterranean currents. It is in these moments that the true magic of the underground world is revealed. Here, far from the rush of daily life, time is measured not in hours or days, but in the slow, patient work of nature itself. Decades become centuries, centuries become millennia, and with each passing moment, the caves continue to change, growing ever more complex and beautiful. Emerging from the depths, we are left with a sense of wonder and humility. The caves and underground rivers of our planet are more than geological curiosities. They are living monuments to the power and creativity of nature. They remind us that beneath our feet, a hidden world still waits to be discovered, a world that challenges our understanding and inspires our imagination. And so, as humanity continues its quest to explore and understand the Earth, these subterranean wonders serve as a powerful symbol. They teach us that there is always more to learn, more to see, and more to marvel at. The mysteries of the underground world are far from exhausted. Indeed, with each new discovery, we are reminded of how little we truly know. Beneath the ground, the hidden world continues to reveal wonders that leave us breathless. A silent promise that the greatest marvels are often those that wait patiently in the shadows, ready to astonish those who dare to seek them out. The Gobi Desert stands as one of Earth's last wild frontiers, stretching across northern China and southern Mongolia in a tapestry of golden sands and rugged landscapes. Here, the horizon is endless. Shifting dunes roll into the distance, shaped by centuries of wind and sun. The air holds a dry clarity, and as dawn breaks over the desert, bands of color paint the sky, merging with the ochre ground below. This is a place where silence reigns, broken only by the whispers of wind that dance across the sand. Yet, within this seemingly barren expanse, life perseveres in surprising bursts. Green oases emerge, tucked away like secret jewels. Palm-like poplars and resilient shrubs cluster around springs, their leaves shimmering under the relentless sun. These pockets of life offer refuge for rare animals, the elusive gobi bear, wild Bactrian camels, and herds of gazelles that navigate the arid terrain with practiced grace. The Gobi's beauty lies in its contrasts. The stark simplicity of sand meeting sky, the quiet tenacity of life amid harshness, and the way every sunrise brings a new palette to the desert's vast canvas. Moving west, the landscape transforms dramatically. Amid rolling grasslands and high plateaus, Qinghai Lake appears, an expanse of shimmering blue that interrupts the Earth's muted tones like a precious sapphire. As China's largest saltwater lake, Qinghai is a marvel of nature, its waters stretching over 4,000 square kilometers. The lake's surface is so still and clear that it mirrors the sky perfectly, reflecting drifting clouds and the endless blue above. Along its shores, wildflowers bloom in summer, painting the land with yellow, purple, and white. Migratory birds flock here, creating a symphony of movement and sound. Bar-headed geese, brown-headed gulls, and cormorants gather in great numbers, drawn by the lake's rich ecosystem. The air is cool and fragrant, imbued with the scent of water and grass. Local nomads graze yaks and sheep near the water, their tents dotting the landscape, adding human warmth to this remote sanctuary. Qinghai Lake is not only a geographical wonder, but a spiritual one, revered in ancient legends and celebrated in poetry for its tranquil beauty. It stands as a reminder that even in the vastness of China's Wild West, peace and harmony can be found. As the land gives way to the mighty rivers, the Yangtze emerges, a force of nature, carving its path from the glaciers of Tibet through the heart of China, all the way to the East China Sea. Stretching over 6,000 kilometers, the Yangtze is the longest river in Asia and the lifeblood for millions. Along its journey, the river shapes valleys, nourishes fields, and supports cities both ancient and modern. But perhaps the most dramatic chapter of the Yangtze story is written in the Three Gorges. Here, mountains rise abruptly from the riverbanks, their cliffs enveloped in mist, creating a landscape that is both awe-inspiring and mysterious. The water surges through narrow channels, crashing against rocks and swirling in deep pools. Villages perch on the edges of the cliffs, their houses clinging to the stone as if defying gravity. The sound of the river is ever present, a low, thunderous rush that echoes through the valleys. Amid this grandeur stands the Three Gorges Dam, a testament to human ingenuity and ambition. Towering above the river, the dam harnesses the Yangtze's immense power, generating electricity for millions and controlling floods that once threatened lives downstream. Its presence is both monumental and controversial, a symbol of progress and the challenges that come with reshaping nature. Yet, even as concrete and steel alter the landscape, the natural beauty of the gorges remains undiminished. Mist drifts through the canyons at dawn, waterfalls cascade down hidden cliffs, and forests cling to the slopes, home to rare species of birds and plants. Travelers who journey here are captivated by the interplay of nature and civilization, by the scale of the river and the stories it carries. Tales of traders, poets, and fishermen who have depended on its waters for centuries. These three places, the Gobi Desert, Qinghai Lake, and the Yangtze River, are more than geographical features. They are living symbols of China's rich ecological diversity, each offering a unique window into the country's soul. The Gobi is a testament to endurance, where life persists against all odds. Qinghai Lake is a sanctuary of tranquility, where the sky meets water in endless embrace. The Yangtze River is a dynamic force, shaping land and lives as it flows from ancient mountains to modern cities. Together, they reveal a China that is not defined solely by its towering mountains or historic relics, but by the variety of its landscapes and the resilience of its ecosystems. From the harsh, sun-baked sands of the Gobi to the gentle ripples on Qinghai Lake and the roaring torrents of the Yangtze, there is a story of adaptation, survival, and harmony with nature. In the Gobi, every grain of sand tells of centuries past, of Silk Road caravans crossing under starlit skies, of nomads who knew the secrets of the desert and thrived where others could not. In Qinghai, the lake's surface reflects not only the sky, but the hopes and dreams of those who have gathered by its shores, pilgrims, poets, and shepherds who find inspiration in its vastness. Along the Yangtze, the river's ceaseless flow connects generations. It is a source of sustenance, a route for commerce, and a muse for countless songs and legends. The magic of China's deserts, lakes, and rivers lies in their ability to evoke emotion and awe. Standing at the edge of the Gobi, gazing across endless dunes, one feels both small and infinite. At Qinghai Lake, the quiet beauty invites reflection, a moment to breathe and appreciate the world's simple wonders. By the Yangtze, the power of water, its ability to shape, destroy, and renew, reminds us of nature's enduring strength. China's landscapes challenge and inspire. They call to adventurers, artists, scientists, and dreamers, offering lessons in resilience, balance, and respect for the natural world. For all its ancient monuments and bustling cities, China's soul is deeply rooted in its wild places, not just the high peaks or historic walls, but the deep deserts, tranquil lakes, and mighty rivers that sustain life and imagination. To truly understand China, one must look beyond its famous landmarks to its diverse ecosystems. Here, the drama of survival plays out daily, and the beauty of the earth takes center stage. The Gobi, Qinghai, and the Yangtze are reminders that the land itself holds stories as profound as any written in stone. They invite us to explore, to wonder, and to appreciate a country where nature's artistry is everywhere, waiting to be discovered, cherished, and protected for generations to come. As the golden rays of the afternoon sun sweep across the landscape, we arrive at the legendary Longsheng rice terraces, nestled deep within the mountainous heart of Guangxi province. Here, nature and culture intertwine in a breathtaking tableau. Each autumn, the terraces transform into a dazzling patchwork of gold as ripe rice glimmers under the sky, reflecting centuries of harmony between the land and its people. For generations, minority communities have cultivated these slopes by hand, using traditional methods passed down through time. The rhythm of the harvest is both a celebration and a testament to resilience, a living connection between past and present, where every grain of rice tells a story of dedication and respect for nature's cycles. The terraces themselves are a marvel of ingenuity and patience, thousands of steps carved into the mountainside, following the contours of the hills. From above, they resemble the coils of a sleeping dragon, undulating with quiet grace. In the early morning, mist rises from the valleys below, wrapping the terraces in a shroud of mystery. As the day unfolds, families gather to work, elders guiding the younger, hands moving in practiced unison. The sound of laughter and song drifts on the breeze, blending with the rustle of swaying stalks. Here, the bond between culture and environment is tangible, woven into every step, every handful of earth, every shared meal at sunset. Further north, the desert winds sweep across a vast, arid expanse, carrying us to the ancient caves of Mogao at Dunhuang. These caves, carved into the cliffs along the old Silk Road, are silent witnesses to centuries of cultural exchange and spiritual devotion. Within their cool, shaded interiors, vibrant murals and delicate sculptures tell stories of enlightenment, artistry, and human aspiration. Every brushstroke, every figure etched into stone, speaks of a civilization reaching for the divine, striving to understand its place in the universe. The Mogao Caves are more than an archive of religious art. They are a crossroads where East met West, where ideas traveled alongside merchants and pilgrims. The images of celestial beings, intricate mandalas, and scenes from daily life merge Buddhist, Taoist, and local traditions. As you walk through these halls, the air is thick with reverence, a reminder that creativity itself is a form of communion with the natural world. The pigments used for the murals were sourced from local minerals, the themes inspired by the desert's shifting beauty, and the stars that glittered above the travelers' camps. In these caves, the human spirit found expression not only in worship, but in the colors and forms of the earth itself. Journeying onward to the ancient city of Xi'an, we stand before the burial site of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of unified China. Here, the terracotta army lies in silent formation, thousands of clay soldiers guarding their ruler through eternity. This mausoleum, constructed over 2 millennia ago, is one of humanity's greatest feats of engineering and artistry. Each figure is unique, crafted with meticulous attention to detail their faces immortalized in stoic silence. The emperor's tomb is both a monument to ambition and a testament to the belief in the afterlife, a place where the boundaries between history, myth, and nature blur. The earth that cradles these warriors is itself part of the story. The clay used for the statues was dug from the surrounding fields, shaped and fired by skilled hands who understood the properties of the soil. Above ground, the landscape stretches in gentle waves, marking the passage of centuries. The terracotta army stands as a symbol of human ingenuity, a reminder that our greatest achievements are rooted in the materials and mysteries of the natural world. And now we turn our gaze skyward to the towering heights of Mount Everest, where the border of Tibet meets the heavens. Everest rises in majestic solitude, its snow-clad slopes gleaming under the pale light. Here, nature reigns supreme. The mountain's sheer magnitude dwarfs all human endeavor, its summit often shrouded in clouds or bathed in the fiery glow of sunset. At dusk, the peaks are painted in hues of red and gold, a spectacle of light that evokes awe and humility. Everest is more than the highest point on Earth. It is a symbol of the untamable forces that shape our planet. Its glaciers and winds have sculpted the land for millennia, its presence etched into the hearts of those who dare to approach. Local Sherpa communities hold the mountain sacred, weaving its legends into songs and ceremonies. For climbers and dreamers alike, Everest is both a challenge and a sanctuary, a place where human ambition meets the raw power of the natural world. Throughout these places, rice terraces and sacred caves, imperial tombs and towering mountains, one theme remains constant: the profound interplay between nature and culture. In China, as in every corner of the globe, people have always sought to understand, honor, and coexist with the environment. Our greatest monuments are built not in opposition to nature, but in collaboration with it, shaped by its contours, inspired by its beauty, and dependent on its gifts. Consider the Great Wall of China, stretching for thousands of kilometers, winding across mountains, deserts, and rivers. This colossal structure is a testament to human determination. Yet, it is also inseparable from the landscape it traverses. Stones quarried from local hills, bricks baked in village kilns, and watchtowers perched atop windswept ridges all speak to a partnership with the earth. The wall stands as both a boundary and a bridge, connecting generations and embodying the spirit of adaptation and respect. Elsewhere, China's hidden natural wonders, limestone karsts, ancient forests, turquoise lakes, remind us that beauty exists beyond the reach of civilization. These places are sanctuaries for rare plants and animals, repositories of wisdom and wonder. They serve as a living lesson in humility, encouraging us to tread lightly, to listen, and to learn from the rhythms of the natural world. In the quiet moments, when the sun sinks behind the terraces, when the wind sighs through the caves, when the mountains are ablaze with twilight, we are reminded of our place in the grand tapestry of life. The stories of farmers, monks, emperors, and explorers are all chapters in the ongoing dialogue between humanity and nature. Every tradition, every monument, every act of creativity is a reflection of our desire to belong, to find meaning, and to honor what sustains us. As we reflect on these marvels, man-made and natural alike, we are called to remember that true greatness lies not in domination, but in reverence. From the engineering wonders of the Great Wall to the untouched splendor of Everest, China, and our planet, offer endless reminders of the beauty and mystery that surround us. These wonders transcend time, inviting us to pause, to appreciate, and to respect the forces that shape our existence. In the end, we are but a small part of a vast and intricate universe. The treasures of nature and culture invite us to look beyond ourselves, to find joy in discovery, and to cultivate a spirit of humility and gratitude. May we continue to learn from the land and from each other, cherishing the legacy of those who came before and protecting the wonders yet to be revealed. In honoring the convergence of nature and culture, we honor the very essence of our shared humanity.